You can't see him right now, but we have a banty rooster in there, and he loves to strut his stuff throughout the orchard, as most roosters do. But unfortunately for the bantam rooster, he's small, and every once in a while he'll strut his stuff around the full-grown rooster that's in there, and he just gets his ass kicked. And you can see this big one, the big rooster, up on top of the shed there if you look hard enough. But you know, you strut your stuff, but if you don't have what it takes to back it up, you're gonna get your butt kicked. I think about that when I think about Trump. I'm gonna make this a short video, but Trump is just the face of the real problem. And it's amazing to me how many people either don't understand this or see the real problem is just too big to deal with. Do your research. Look up investment firms like BlackRock and Blackstone. BlackRock, I believe, is number one. It has something in the neighborhood of $13 trillion in assets. Let that sink in for a second. $13 trillion, more than most countries in the world. I mean, the United States, by comparison, the United States as a whole does somewhere in the neighborhood of $23 trillion of what, gross income, gross GDP, $23 trillion. BlackRock, 13, I believe, and I'm gonna have the figures wrong, but I'm not that far off. And Blackstone is, I don't know, in the neighborhood of $3 or $4 trillion. Well, let me ask you this question. What kind of influence do you think BlackRock and Blackstone have on the United States Congress? It takes something like the average United States senator has to raise on an average something like $4,000 per day to get reelected every 6 years. Who do you think is ponying up that money, the $5,000 per day? And if the investment firms and major corporations are ponying up that money, what do you think the United States senators have to do to earn it? And I'm not talking about just Republicans, guys. Wake up and smell the corruption. Democrats are in the pocket of the major firms too, and that's why you're not seeing any major platform for change coming out of the Democratic Party. They're spouting the same shit that they did 4 years ago. This all started, guys, in the 1980s. And it started when Ronald Reagan deregulated industry. And before you make Ronald Reagan to be the horrible cause of this all, that was 40 years ago. In those 40 years, for 20 years, we've had a Democratic president, and for 20 years, we've had a Republican president. Clinton didn't do anything to stop this. In fact, Clinton made it worse with his big NAFTA. God, he was bragging about NAFTA, man. Bragging. He didn't do anything to break up the monopolies. He didn't do anything to break up the influence that these investment firms and investment banks have on Congress. He didn't do anything. We all loved Barack Obama. Democrats, by God, they love Barack Obama. Didn't do anything to break it up. Didn't do anything. We are still dealing with the same shit, different day. Biden? No. Listen, I understand the hatred towards Trump. I get it. But he's just a figurehead. He's just an easy face to pin the tail on the donkey. You figure out how to break up the power of BlackRock, Blackstone, and about 10 other major investment firms and investment banks. You break up their power and you'll see change. Until then, you're just barking up the wrong tree, guys. You're not gonna. You could get Trump out of power tomorrow, and it wouldn't change a damn thing. Time for a revolution. Time for people to get serious. Okay, if you're gonna be hungry, you might as well get hungry or be hungry while you're revolting. Look at the major contributors to the Republican Party during this last presidential election. The corporations that were the major contributors. You want to start somewhere? Stop buying their products. Amazing to me how many people complain about the economy, but then go right out and spend money on Teslas. Oh God, just go down the line. Walmart. People say, but Walmart's prices are so much better. Yeah, they are, and you're feeding the beast. So are you willing to have some discomfort and fight this? Or are you just gonna keep bitching and spitting into the wind? That's what your choice is. You're not gonna stop the beast by getting Trump out of office. You know I'm right. Do your research. Look up BlackRock, look up Blackstone, look at the number of corporations that they sit on the board of directors on. And tell me who has the power in Congress. That's it, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I hope the American public wakes up. In a way, Trump just, suspended all grants, and then he had to back off of that because of the uproar. In a way, I wish he would have continued with that so that people had to suffer enough to rise up and kick him out and rise up and start doing something with these corporations, because you're not affecting them. You're not affecting them at all. It's going to take a revolution. It is. Economic revolution. And there might be some pain. People might get jailed. People might get beaten by the cops. I don't know what it's going to take, but you're going to have to stop them. I say I'm doing everything I can right now. And I'm not even hurting. But I try my best not to support these. Good God, these corporations are huge. These investment firms are huge. Vote independent. Get the voting laws changed in your state so that the top two voters face off in the final, not the top Democrat and the top Republican, because the Republicans and Democrats are doing nothing for you. They're just doing what it takes to stay in power, stay in office. All right, guys, over and out.